G'day fellow action figure collectors. Just going to go show you the rest of my ships that I own. These are the small Micromachine Galoob series, which came out, started around about 95 and they finished their run around about 2003. After the Galoob series, which is a silly name, they had a few of the Titanium series come out for Revenge of the Sith, but not many. The Micromachines figures, ships or vehicles are basically around about 4 to 5 inches long, pretty well detailed, which is what got me into it, and easy to fit lots of them in a small space instead of getting all the large ones with figures into it. And these Micromachine Galoob series figures come with tiny little figures, probably the size of your thumbnail or something, and they're all sitting inside the ships as I am sitting here filming. I'm not going to pull them apart and show you, they're not really that detailed, not that cool. But anyway, I'll start. And also some of these ones I've got here are not Micromachines, they're something else, and I've also got a lot of pretty rare ones as well. But anyway, I'll start off. And there is your Gungan sub, which, to begin with, along with a chasing OP, is not a Micromachines figure. It actually is a shampoo bottle, believe it or not. Yeah, well, there you go. It's pretty cool though. It's pretty similar in the same size as the Micromachine vehicles. And I got that OP, the one that chases Obi-Wan and all that through the water. Picked him up, and he's got a matchstick in his mouth to keep his mouth open, because otherwise his mouth stays shut. And there's my sideshow, which I figured out was called a Titan Space Slug. It's a silicon based creature. But anyways, again, another one which is not a Micromachine. This is some snap-on kit of a Jedi Interceptor, not a Jedi Starfighter. Anakin Skywalker flies the Starfighter, Obi-Wan flies the Interceptor. They don't look much different, but that's just a snap-on model. Took me all of 5 minutes to make. So here we go, the first Micromachines vehicle, which is from the extended universe of Prince Zixor's spaceship, which is, I'm using it in attack mode. I could flip it all around and you'll see the cockpit and that, but I prefer to keep it in the attack mode. It's meant to be an enormous ship with large guns ablazing. It's pretty cool. There's not many extended universe vehicles around. This is one of them. I've probably only got one other, which is extremely rare. And there we have Anakin's pod racer, and if you can see really carefully, Anakin's missing his head. That's due to a move. Be careful when you move all your figures, people, from house to house. Your figures become headless. And here we have Count Dooku's Solar Sailor, which is not too bad. The sail's not too good. It's a bit small compared to the rest of the craft, but I don't mind it. It's very Neimoidian styled. He only used it in episode 2, but it's pretty cool. And here we have one of the Gunship, one of the clone gunships seen in episode 2 in the Clone Wars. That's pretty cool. That was actually one of the Titanium series ones. That one's really heavy. I've got to try and find a better stand for it. That one cost me a small fortune as well. Once they started not making them anymore, eBay was people were selling them for ludicrous amounts of money. And here I have a Sith Infiltrator. This is not a Micromachine. This came with an action figure. It's only a couple of inches long. You can get the Sith Infiltrator Darth Maul ship in Micromachines, but I will not get one as I cannot fit it anywhere. But anyway, I'm going to go down to the next level down here. This is one of your Arc 170 from Revenge of the Sith. This is one of the titanium ones. As I said, they made titanium ones after Attack of the Clones. It's pretty cool. It's on a base. It actually comes with a big plastic case over it, but I don't want it because it sort of gets in the way of everything. There we go. It's the Arc 170 from Revenge of the Sith. And over here from Episode 1, an MTT freighter, one of the droid drop-offs. It carries lots of droids. It actually has a little thumb switch thing there. You flip it and that thing over here pops right out. And then one of the first ones that actually got me interested in the Micromachines ones was the Landspeeder. That came with the Landspeeder was along with Leia and a speeder bike rider. It also came with a bantha with hair. I don't know what I did with that. I think I might have given it to one of my kids to play with. I really don't know. And here we have a Naboo Royal Starship from Revenge of the Sith sort of shape. It is not actual, it is just a normal small ship for 3¾ figures. I'm actually thinking of probably painting the windows to be a lot smaller so it looks more like the one from Revenge of the Sith. Just fits one figure in it, one normal 3¾ figure. Here we have Droid Fighters, 3 of them attached to a base. You can actually pull them apart and make them into the walking mode like you see in Episode 1. Or they're also known as Vulture Droids, but I think Vulture Droids have that grey and blue paint all over them with a lot more heavily armoured, I'm not quite sure. Anyway, I'll move along, and here is the ATTE. This is one of the final plastic models from Episode 2. Cost me a bit of cash to get. It's got all little figures inside of it and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. I didn't mind that. I actually like it in Clone Wars when they walk up walls. That's pretty tough. And here we have a Droid Tri Fighter. That's another one of the titanium, one of the last of the titanium models they actually made. The actual large vehicle model actually came with those little clingy little droids all over it. That you can actually spit them out, but that's more of a toy sort of thing. I was looking for more of a model sort of thing. Yeah, that's cool. I don't know if they're still available. They probably are. Probably get them online. But anyways, I shall go down to the next level. Now here these guys are all Micromachines Galoob series figures. And there we have a Droid Lander from Episode 1. Pretty rare. I only saw one in the shops years ago, but didn't pick it up. Picked it up a couple of years ago for about $200 in its box. I don't know what they're worth these days. And we have a BWing fighter with a concept BWing fighter down there, which is pretty cool. Oh, actually, I lied. That's General Grievous's ship. That's a Transformer. They didn't make that in Micromachines. I lied, I'm sorry. But anyways. And there is a Federation starship from Episode 1, which is closely related to the Tantive 4, or the Blockade Runner seen in Episodes 3 and 4. Which is pretty cool. There's your basic X-Wing. That's Luke's. It's got R2 in it, I'm pretty sure. That's pretty cool. There is an N1 Naboo starfighter. That's pretty cool. They're all in pretty good nick. Well, some of them cost me a small fortune, like this one, the Naboo Royal Starfighter. I bought that in its box on eBay. I should have bought it when I first saw it. But of course you just go, nah, well, make many more, but they don't. And along with that, this one also cost me a fortune. The droid deployment ship, the droid controller ship, or whatever you call it, seen in Episodes 1 and 2. That's pretty cool. Then again, another Millennium Falcon, which is pretty cool. It's probably the best one in the way of design, dimensions. There's a Snowspeeder. It's got two little guys in it. I'm not going to show the little people unless you really want me to show. If you want me to show a single one of these ships, just drop me a comment down below. I might do one. Actually, I will do one. And then we go down here. I'm at floor level now. I've got Shuttle Tidarium, which is pretty cool. Another concept model of the Shuttle Tidarium before they released the original one, the proper one. But if you look carefully at that Shuttle Tidarium and then watch the Clone Wars, you'll see that they scoot around in outer space, I think in season 2 or 3, in one of these little things, which is pretty cool. I noticed it straight away because I've had this for a while. And then we've got a Y-Wing, which I'm pretty sure is gold leaders, the little stubby A-Wings, seen in Return of the Jedi. And I'll scoot across, got a TIE Bomber, an ATST, all-terrain arm, scout transport. And I've got Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, Probe Droid or Probot, whichever one you want to call it. The one seen in Return of the Jedi, TIE Interceptor. And now for a couple of really cool and rare ones. The Imperial landing craft, only briefly seen in the 96 version of A New Hope. If you see on Tatooine, you'll see one scoot past the sky when you see a bunch of sand troopers scouting for the droids. You see it fly off. Now this one, it's cost me a small fortune. Actually, it could have cost me a small fortune. It was an actual bargain. I got it from somewhere in France and it was not boxed. I got it for about $150–200 Australian. In its box they're worth about $800. It's a TIE Defender. There's not many around. It comes from the video game, what was it, Rebel Assault 2 I think, which was only on PS1 and PC. Pretty cool game. I own the game, that's probably why I got this. Yeah, if you want to buy it in its box, which the old boxes of Micromachines, they are boxed, you don't get to see much of the actual model inside, but there it is. It's pretty tough. It's got wild looking wings on it. Now these other two I got, they didn't come out in Micromachines. I actually went to a game, like a dice game store, and found these. It's an actual board game. So I've got a Mon Calamari Cruiser, and I've got the Star Destroyer Executor, which is out on Micromachines, but I've never been able to find it. So I bought this in the store for like $50 and got some pretty decent sized models of the Mon Calamari Cruiser and the Executor, which is pretty tough. Also, here's some very cool originals. There you have an original Kenner 1979 Star Destroyer. It's the original. It's all scratched and banged up. It's pretty cool. That's what you do when you give it to your kids to play with. And this is what you do when you don't give your kids to play with it. This is an original 1978 Kenner TIE Fighter. So it's well and truly over 30 years of age. It's pretty cool. And there we go. If you want me to do any of these again, I'll mention you want me to do any of these again, like pull them apart, show the inside, show the behind of them, whatever, I'll do that. Okay. Alright guys, thanks again. And next I'll be showing up all of my action figures. Alright guys, cheers, thanks for watching.